Action. Okay, today we're going to take our mock-up arm that we made for the Winnebago and try to make the real ones for it.
Alright, before you watch this video, I have to say the audio is terrible, and I know how hard it is to watch a video with bad audio. I won't do it. I can't do it. But on this one, it's pretty important. This is the project with the Winnie, obviously, because you've seen the title. And a lot of the guys over on Facebook are watching this project, so I decided just to go with it. And it's killing me, but it is what it is. And if you can make it through it, be so thankful. And what happened was basically it was a hot day, we had the fans going, and I had the mic on the camera as opposed to wearing the lav mic that we normally wear up here, and it just didn't work out. So sorry. Won't let it happen again, I hope. And back to the video.
Step one, what we're going to do here is we're going to make this piece the legs coming out. So what we're going to do is we're one of these time joints in the end, so that way we can adjust. We can adjust the camber and the caster somewhat by just moving these time joints in. Now I know they're not the greatest thing for on the street, but for what I'm trying to do, this is going to work the best and the easiest. So what our tubing is 1 inch wide, and that's 1 inch wide, and obviously it's not going to fit in. So I'm going to butt it up right to the end. I cut 1 inch up here. I'm going to cut this off here, and then we're going to plate it. And we're going to plate the sides as well. So this will fit like that, and we'll plate right over the top of that, all the way up to that edge. Same on the bottom, and then this one will come down like that. Come here. Need holes in the side, and we'll weld those holes up like that. So I'm welding it all be boxed back in. So we can transform one body.
I wait for someone to save. I want to tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. Don't you think for the people that testify back my stuff and leave sooner than this? Don't you think for the people that testify back my stuff and leave sooner than this? Don't you wish I would have been someone else? I want to feel your death without making a mess.
All right, I know what you're thinking. That's not going to be strong enough. This is not how it's going to be. I'm going to plate all of this in on all four sides when it's all done. But for right now, I don't want to do that. Just in case there's something I need to change, that's easy to come off, and I'm not going to destroy the parts, the bunks here trying to take it apart. If need be, I don't think I'll have to, but that's why you don't do stuff like that till you're done, because I can plate this at the end just as well as I can plate it now. So I might as well just hold off. Everything works right, then do all that plating at the same time. There's going to be gussets all over it, really, so we'll do all that part at the same time. We'll mock it back up in the Winnebago out there and check everything. And got our pieces laid out here. This little look really good. So that's going to be the angle. We still have to bend right here. That line right here is the frame. So we need to bend it down a little bit. Y'all remember on the mock-up, bar would go down all the way to the ground, or as high up as it would need to go, because the bar was hitting the frame. So I knew I was going to pitch it down a little bit. So I'm going to pitch that down, and we're going to, right here where the ball joint's going to go, I'm going to angle it back up. So it's going to have a cool looking, go down like this and then back up over here. So what we'll do first is we're going to tack this together. We're going to mark where we're going to put this bend, and we'll mark where the coat's going to be. At that, we're going to have to flip these marks around, put it back together, and then do that side. This is where it's going to hit the frame right here, so measured up this angle. Yes, that's how we do it. So we'll basically what will happen is I'll cut this off, but I'll flip this over, and that'll be our angle dropping down. We just locked it up over here with that line and everything else good. So got our sliding T-bevel, mark the other one, go over there and cut both of them. That'll give us the pitch down so it can clear over top of the frame, drop the wheel, drop way down without any problems like the other one was doing. It wouldn't drop down because it was hitting the frame. Eliminate that, let's cut it.
I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. Don't you think you wanna be for the best? If I pack my stuff and leave sooner than this. Don't you think you wanna be for the best? If I pack my stuff and
Check
leave
this out. To get our angle, to line everything up, I use the square to get to kind of the center of the hole here. That's adjustable, so we got a little wiggle room there. But laying it on the table like this, we notice that even if you square shooting flat like this, with just that weird angle, how far off that one is, that stays off. And the reason being is that needs to be up. So it's 4 inches, so we just blocked it up 4 inches, so that puts that level. So we'll draw our lines like that. So the next thing we're going to do, we have to put this piece in, and we'll taper this down to this width as well. There's going to be plates all in here, so you don't think it's not going to be strong, and it's going to be really strong when it's all said and done. But today we just want to get it all put together so we can test fit it, because if we got to change something, I don't want to have plates and everything in the way. So we used the square, and we came off of our line off the table here, drew it line straight up, and then use that same circle piece so we can kind of mock up the angle that we want to cut, which is kind of a, it's rounded, so it's going to be turned down, and then we'll end up from the bottom 1 inch up from here. We'll end up tapering it back this way, however far whenever we think looks nice, and then we'll plate that all back in after we know that everything works, and we'll make the other side first before we do that. I know it looks weird, right? But it's right. So that's where we're at. That's far. We'll put this on now. We got to trim this off because we can't have it hanging down on the bottom. It's kind of guessing at this angle too. I don't know where it needs to be. It needs to be there. So the ball's on the bottom.
I'm staying fake, I don't believe the panic's rising up in you. Won't you tell me something new?
This looks awesome. So what you're going to want to do, don't forget this, because the most important thing, I made sure to think this through before we started. Actually, we kind of accidentally did this, but being the way the arms are longer than one arm's longer than the other, because this isn't centered between the two pieces like that, it shifted it a little bit. The shifting this on an angle this way, but that's okay, because if you could picture this, if that's forward in the Winnebago, you have caster angle this way, and I was designing it all with it being flat like that. That means the ball joint already had to be, to set caster, is going to be angled like this. So right now we're twisting it like that, which is just what it's doing on accident, but that's a much better angle. That'll allow this, when it drops up and down, that angle. If it's already bent like this, you get a little bit less movement because you're hitting on the corners instead of right in the middle. So we want to set that right around 8 degrees caster, and where I had it was more like 9, so I have this in here. It's close to 9, I think, but I think we can cheat 1 degree out of it and make. Oops, wait a minute. That's an ad. That's what you get with a free protractor app, but it's all right. So we'll just shift this thing here and make that 8 degrees. It happens to be angled the right way, so our caster will line up straight. So that means that ball joint will be straight coming at it. Well, fairly straight, after we set the caster in it. So hopefully we're right this way. We're just guessing at this point. We're going to tip it up a little bit because last week I had that problem. It was binding, so I angled it up a smidge and it was fine. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in just like this, and then we get to go test fit it. So it's looking tight.
I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall. I drive away into the night, and I contemplate for a while. Don't you think you wanna be for the best? If I pack my stuff and leave sooner than this. Don't you think you wanna be for the best? If I pack my stuff and leave sooner than this. Don't you wish I would've been someone else? I wanna feel your gap without making a mess at you. I want you to tell me something new. I wanna tell you something new.
All right. We just got to screw the ball joint in. You can see what I was talking about. How that angle. I mean, that looks so good. That's so cool. It's for a lifted truck, not a lowered one. But the ball joint is kind of angled outward. It's angled forward, so the caster should be able to be fairly close. So we're still riding in the center of that ball joint right there. And that'll go up in there like that. Clear the frame right here, so it should be able to drop down a little bit more there where I needed it to. I think we got all the A's and B's dotted. See how bad this fits. That's a problem. That's gonna hit. I think it's too much bend in it right here. I told you.
The floor comes right out.
I don't know if it's just the floor now. Because remember, this was all the way up into this hole.
Yeah.
And it needed to go up a little bit more.
Wait a bit.
So now we're like 4 inches down. I mean, yeah, it's hitting here, and I can cut that out, and that's going to get us some more. It's probably what we'll do. We have to cut that out anyways. So I'll get the torch and cut this out, and then see. We might just have to take a little bit off of this angle. Should be okay. Just take a little bit out of that angle and raise it up. Everything else seems to be all right. I think.
Got some caster in it.
Yeah. That all seems to be like where it should be. We can run another straight line down here to make check. Obviously, this isn't the arm, so that moves.
Yeah, it can be adjusted as well.
Yeah. Well, we'll set that one so it doesn't adjust, but we'll have to make it right so it doesn't need to be adjusted, and then we'll just make all the adjustments on the top one. That's the right way to do it. It looks cool. Yeah, I think we might just have to take a little bit off of this angle, which that's easy. Easy. Since Rob messed that all up, what we're gonna do, because I mean the angle down was fine. This works out perfect, but it doesn't come up enough. That was, this ball joint ends up like all the way inside the hole where the tire's coming up, where the tub goes. Remember we knocked that out the first day, and right now it's quite a bit down. So what I want to do is we're going to make it Z, kind of come like this and back over. So that makes really good sense. So I think I'm going to have to change this angle, not the caster part angle, but the camber angle, so that lines up with the other one, because we want to keep that as straight as we can too. And then I'm just going to cut a pie out of here, not even cut the bottom, just do both sides, and that way we can just bend that up a little and see. Hopefully it doesn't change too much, so we can do another test run. This is the reason why we didn't go ahead and gusset all this stuff up the first time. We don't end up having to do things like that, and right now it's not a big deal. But if I had plates all over here, I'd take all that back off again.
I wish you all the best I can, and I stop by
Alright, I wasn't gonna be in this video, but we got odds here. Will he be able to bend it? I don't even know if I'm in the shot because of this. We'll bend it.
Alright, I got a plan. It's not this one. Yes, hold on. Just wait there. I'll be right back. We need leverage. It's all about leverage. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Come on. That's weird. Like, look at the angle. Mm-hmm. That's what you were talking about?
That's exactly what I was talking about.
That's what you're saying. We're gonna have to cut off so that we can twist these accurately. But it looks good. Right ideas there. Let me get this. Let's get the car.
Won't you tell me something new? Don't you think you wanna be for the best? If I pack my stuff and leave sooner than this. Don't you think you wanna be for the best? If I pack my stuff and leave sooner than this. Don't you wish I would've been someone else? I wanna feel your death without making a mess at you. Won't you tell me something new? I wanna tell you something new.
There it is. Modified again. Hopefully it's gonna work this time. If not, we do it again. But by doing that, you can see that here, so it raised it up quite a bit. Hopefully that'll be close to being inside like it needed to be, because I was that close from being all the way up around before. So it's gonna notch around. It looks cool. I like it. I think it looks cooler now. Let's go give it a try. Oh, that's a lot better. I don't say it's perfect, but I'll have to check it with the wheel on it to make sure.
It's almost where it was.
Yeah, it's almost where it was, so, you know, I can always trim more of the floor up here any which way, you know. Like this part can come out this way. This is all under the seat, so it doesn't matter. And yeah, the amount that I would have to trim looks fairly good. Yeah, I like it. Man, that thing fits around the alternator. Look at that alternator right there. It's like, here's the belt. The belt, this would keep the belt from falling off. We can move that. It doesn't have to be there. Right here, it's rubbing. Right where I said it would. Now I'll just torch that a little bit off. So we torch part of it off. I don't know why it's there. We'll make it, just torch all of it off and then make it like a regular frame. We'll box these frame rails in so we can do that big old 3-wheel. Looking down, huh?
A little bit of travel.
Yeah. It's a lot, a lot of bit of travel. Oh, I'm excited about that. All right. Well, I think that's it for today. It's pretty good. It worked. There's no doubt about it. It's working. It's going all the way down, and if anything else, we're going to cut this floor a little bit so we can raise it up a little bit higher. And I'm going to have to start making the lower arm just to be able to check it, because I can't go any more than that unless we do something weird with that. But what's the point? Just start making it because it's going to work. All right, looks good. Good job, Rob.
Waiting for someone to say, I wanna tell you something new. You drove us both into a wall.